So now let's take a look at the ActiveInspire dashboard. By default, when you open ActiveInspire for the first time, you're going to see the ActiveInspire dashboard opened up in the center of the screen. This is the dashboard. The dashboard is separated into a couple different sections. The main section over here are our options menu, and we get some more specifics on the right hand side, especially if we click on flip charts. Alright, wait a minute. What's a flip chart? Okay, a flip chart is the file type that ActiveInspire uses to save a document in. For instance, most people are familiar with the fact that when you open Word and you hit save, you get a Word document. As a matter of fact, the word document in most people's language refers to a Word style document. Now we use that as a generic form, so it could be a text document, a Word document, but Word actually exports files in a .doc or a document format. Excel does the same thing, and it exports its files into an Excel workbook or worksheet. But with ActiveInspire, it exports as a flip chart. So when you go out looking the internet to find ActiveInspire projects that you can just download into the software, you're actually looking for what's called a flip chart. That's what this category is. And with the flip chart selected, we can do a couple different things in ActiveInspire. We can create a brand new one. We can open a flip chart, or underneath that there's a few settings to open recent flip charts that you've been working on. So, create new, we can open one from our computer, or we can open one that we were recently working on. Now at the bottom of the flip charts menu is an option called import from Smart Notebook. Again, Smart is a name brand of an interactive whiteboard. You have a smartboard. The software that they use exports files into a notebook format in comparison to ActiveInspire's flip chart. Well, with inside of ActiveInspire, you can actually click import from Smart Notebook, and you can import one of its file formats, and ActiveInspire will convert it over to a flip chart so you can edit it. Now if you're using a Windows computer, you probably have an additional option here, which is import from PowerPoint. That is currently not available on the Mac platform, so I don't have that to show you currently, but that should be there on your computer if you have Windows. If I want to, I could create a new flip chart, open flip charts, or import a Smart Notebook file from my computer, or one that I downloaded from the internet. Okay. Next, we have the option to annotate over the desktop. And before I actually click this button to show you what's going on, I want to explain something. We just covered these flip charts, and you've got the option here to create a new flip chart. By default, when you open ActiveInspire, it will create one for you. Up here in the upper left-hand corner, you see Untitled. That is our first flip chart. We can go in and save it, give it a name or whatever. But if I just click this close button, then I would be ready to start my first flip chart inside of ActiveInspire. So if I open this up, I really don't need to click create a new flip chart. ActiveInspire already assumes I want to do that when I open the program, so it's done it for me. Now, why did I mention that? Because when I click this next button, you'll notice it creates a new flip chart when we come back. So let's click that now. Annotate over the desktop. If I click this button, ActiveInspire changes, and the only thing I'm left with is my toolbar, which is on the right hand side, and my browser bar over here. And if you notice up in the corner, I've got this little pen device, and mine is checked red. Well, if I uncheck that and I click on that, the browser bar hides. Okay, so yours might look like this at first, but we can always just hover over the screen and it will pop back out, and if you want to keep it there, we pin it. If you don't, let it go. Now I'm not going to go into detail about the toolbar right now, but I do want to show you what annotate over the desktop means. What this actually means is that I can annotate on over anything I see on my desktop. So I can actually click the pen icon here and I can just start writing right on my screen. The spray bottle will go ahead and clear that if I just choose clear page, and I'll show you more of these options later. But notice I can now annotate on anything. We can go outside of this screen by clicking desktop annotate again. Oh, look what happened. Desktop flip chart. It's created a flip chart of that desktop annotation. Again, I'm going to click on desktop annotation to bring me back in ActiveInspire, and I'm just going to hide ActiveInspire. Now if you're on Windows, you can click the little minus button, or you can hide it in the corner. I'm going to choose ActiveInspire, hide ActiveInspire, and I'm just going to open a Word document on my computer. Alright, so we'll cancel all these updates. Yes, I know I need to update my computer. And I'll just pick a calendar here. We'll just choose a generic template from inside of Word. And let's actually choose the month. I'm not doing a calendar session here, but I will show you real quickly that I do know what month it is. I'll choose OK. Everything's already done for me. Now, I'm going to go back into ActiveInspire simply by clicking on the ActiveInspire icon. And I'm going to choose that desktop annotation again. Now notice I still have my Word document open. So anything that was open on my desktop, I can now come over here, grab my pen button, and I can say, this is a very important day. We should really point this day out. Okay, you may be thinking, why does my circles and why do my arrows look so horrible? Well, I'm using the trackpad on my laptop to annotate this. I am not actually up at a whiteboard. If I was, you would be amazed by my drawing ability and my penmanship, and that's probably a lie, but you know, I'm doing the best I can with what I have right now. So that's why these look like this. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to click this icon, which is the reset page, which erases everything, and get back out of desktop annotation. Okay, so now hopefully everybody understands what desktop annotation is. I'm going to close the flip chart. No, I don't want to save it. I'm going to go up to View and show my dashboard again. By the way, that is how we open this dashboard if it's not open already. You go to the View menu and select Dashboard, and that will open the dashboard back up. That's a good thing to know because at the very bottom here we have this option, Show the Dashboard window at startup. Well, if I uncheck that, this won't appear anymore every single time I open ActiveInspire. And that's a good thing because I hate closing out windows every single time I open a program. So by unchecking this and clicking close, when I open it the next time, it won't appear. And if it doesn't appear, I need to know how to get it back if I ever need to change anything. So again, View, Dashboard will cause this to come back. Express Poll. What is Express Poll? Well, Express Poll is a polling device where we can ask our students questions and have them respond with answers. So I can click on Express Poll and I get this flyout tab, and I can say this is a number question, or this is an ABC question, or this is a multiple choice question. So I get all these different options of questions to ask. Now, is this a really useful tool? Maybe. This tool is designed to be used with Promethean's handheld devices. Okay, they're actually called Active Votes. If you have one of those, you can poll all of the students in your classroom and have them all answer the question at once, and then you can show them the answer. Why would that be important? Well, if you have students like I used to be in your classroom, we tend to answer questions that are more opinion-based questions, so that the chances of us getting it wrong is very slim. In addition, it still looks like we did the work when in actuality we didn't. I know. Coming from an educator, that's not a good thing to say, but let's be honest. At points in time, we just did not get our homework done. We didn't read the text. We didn't follow along. So we didn't do it. Well, the problem with us not doing our homework is we miss out on information that needs to be shared. So this allows us to ask all of the students' wants, require all of them to answer the questions, so we have a better understanding of who did or didn't do their assignments, and more importantly, who's struggling with certain concepts, so we know what we can help the students with to help them succeed in our classroom. So this is a useful tool. Will you use it? Maybe, maybe not. You don't have to have the active votes to use this, but it does help. So for now, I'm just going to close this out. I'm going to come up here into the toolbar, click on the tool again, and notice it's gone. Oh, but so is my dashboard. So I'm going to click View again, Dashboard, to go back over it. The next option down is Promethean Planet, and I will cover this in a later video very thoroughly, but this is a link to Promethean's website where you can find all kinds of useful resources and flip charts that can be used with ActiveInspire. Maybe you want some more graphics or clip arts and you want to add those into your ActiveInspire software. Well, you can click here and find packages that will do a lot more than ActiveInspire does fresh out of the box. These are usually other educators that upload this information for you to freely share, but Promethean themselves will upload files from time to time that are kind of beneficial. So if we click on this here, it's going to take us to the website and we can actually go browse the website. Again, I'm going to do this in a later video, so let's just skip it for now. The next section is Configure. If we click on Configure, we get some different options. Register devices, manage profiles, check for updates, and as we discussed in a previous video, we can change how our ActiveInspire looks by choosing this box to switch to the other mode. So again, I'm in primary mode. If I check this, next time I would launch in studio mode. So what is register devices and manage profiles? Well, register devices allows you to register those active votes that I discussed earlier so that you can go in and set up a student on a particular device so you know who has it. Now this can be done at the time class starts or prior to class starting, in which case saves a little bit of time from registering and not wasting so much class time. Manage profiles allows you to change what the layout looks like depending on where you're at, whether you're composing something, whether you're at the board working on the file, whether you're doing math or language arts or working with media. Don't worry about this right now. We're going to cover all this, and I promise you'll feel comfortable understanding what all of these different options are. We'll do it in a later video so as not to confuse you right now. So let's just click Done here. Check for updates should be pretty self-explanatory. This allows us to go out and see if there's a newer version of ActiveInspire software that we could use, and if so, download it. Now it's important to download these every so often, as there'll be releases that fix problems inside of ActiveInspire. No matter how good a system is, there's always a problem here or there. So checking for updates and running those updates will help you out if you encounter a problem. Now, keep in mind also that not every update is a good update. So what do? There's a chance it could mess something up that was previously working. Well, here's my advice. Go ahead and run for check for updates. If you see a new update is available and you're having problems, go ahead and install it. See if your problems go away. If there's an update available and you're not having any problems, give it a little bit of time. don't update immediately. You can always come back and update later. Why would I suggest that? Well, because we can let other people do the testing for us and let us know if there's problems with our software. So while updating is good, a little bit of caution goes a long way. I can go ahead and click on that, and whoa, look, I'm actually up to the latest version. So I'll just click OK, and we'll move on. On the left hand side also, we have a training and support section. If I click on training and support, ActiveInspire will again take me to Promethean Planet. This is the site we talked about earlier. In here we can go in and we can find training materials, we can find resources that we can use for different lesson plans and projects and quizzes. But again, this is covered in a future video, so let's get back to the topic at hand and just quit our web browser. Finally, and I know I already talked about this, but that checkbox at the very bottom again shows up. Show this dashboard window on startup. Well, we've already talked about what all of these buttons do, and there are other ways to get to everything with the exception of the launch next time using option. We need to show the dashboard to get to that. But since there's ways of doing all of this elsewhere in the program, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this option now, and we're going to close out the dashboard. And with the dashboard officially closed, that means it's officially time to get started creating a flip chart inside of ActiveInspire. So we'll do that in the next video. Thanks.